when we last left off, our party found a pretty nice inn. Pretty. I'd like to say it's a pretty friendly place, except for every little thing that happens at the dead of night. Rathan finally met something that could scare him.
Not pleasant.
The extraordinary. His greatest
Not
fear.
Silverback met somebody who could hurt him in a very different way than what he's used to. Aloran still continues to be a coat rack.
Literally.
Literally a coat rack.
And Rathan and Silverback, as Aloran hasn't really, Jared hasn't really said anything about where Aloran is at the crest of this morning. You two find yourselves on the first floor bar of the Sword Coast Inn.
Yes, we do. I'm guessing that's the hint that it's time to RP.
Pretty
Put
much.
ourselves on the floor?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
First
we're just
floor,
on the
not
floor.
on
That's
the
it.
floor.
We're just on the
We just-
floor. Something happened between sessions. We're both been knocked down. No. Because I know I wandered back down, and my first goal was going to get breakfast and then talk to the barkeep.
All right. What about Rathan?
Yeah.
I think Rathan was
Yeah, he's
cashing in
probably
that
just-
drinking thing that he
Are
got
you-
last session.
Yeah, the drinking voucher for sure.
Yeah, here's the question. Are you going to rely on that voucher for a liquid breakfast, or are you getting something solid as well?
Apart from my better judgment, Rathan probably hasn't eaten in a little while, so I'll get a little something on my stomach, and then I'm
It's
gonna
been
cash in that
3
voucher.
weeks since your last meal.
All
It's
right.
all been ale.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because, depending on what kind of your ideas of what the specifics for you are going to be, I might have to interject with something. That's why I'm asking.
Rathan's just gonna, cause he's still shook up, cause that alien encounter only happened last night, right?
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
9 hours.
Yeah, he's just gonna have a kind of a blank stare, and just like he's gonna go up to I assume like there's the bar right there, and there's kind of like
Yeah.
the layout. I'm gonna walk up to the bar, and I'm just gonna go waffles, waffles now.
Waffles.
Okay. And I'm gonna guess Silverback is going to tried or true, probably. I'm not gonna guess.
Anything that there is, it's just he prefers a meat breakfast of any kind.
All right. So, Rathan gets his waffles while Silverback gets like some bacon and eggs.
Hell yeah.
Now, I'm going to need, Ian. I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god, save.
It's gonna be a DC of 12.
Oh fuck, a 7. Oh wait, but I'm in. Nah, do I use Indomitable for this? You know what? Fuck it. Rathan's had enough of this shit. He's using Indomitable. Don't fail me now. All right, and a 19.
You enjoy your waffles.
Good. Fuck off.
Just enjoy your waffles. For a split second, there's just that little part in the back of your brain that's just like, maybe my breakfast would have been better if I got something like a little bit more meaty. Maybe see if they still had steak or something. But then it's just, waffles are pretty great.
Nope, he just wanted waffles. It's his comfort food.
Oh yeah.
Now you're making me paranoid of the food. My character would be, but now you're making me paranoid of the food. All right.
Now it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Well, I would first eat, even though I'm.
Yeah, Rathan's gonna start drinking now.
Yeah. And the barkeep's just probably right there, right?
The barkeep every once in a while, the barkeep is constantly moving because, as stated before, there's about 3 to 4 floors of bars. So the barkeep, you see them like, unless you're ordering something, you see them going up and down the set of stairs behind the bar a lot.
Okay. Well, when he passes by, I'm gonna try to stop him and
Hmm?
just be like, "Do you know anything about a strange kind of hooded lady who deals with dreams?"
Oh yeah, yeah. Mira, I think her name is. She has a little um, how I want to say, agreement with the owner. It's kind of just any any welcome guest here she's allowed to do her work with, but anyone who's not supposed to be here, mm, she can't do anything with.
Is she trustworthy?
Oh yeah, she did. I've actually had her do some work with me a couple of times. She travels between a lot of the franchise locations, so she's a pretty nice person. She just doesn't get a lot of rest herself.
And what kind of payment does she usually take?
Gold. I mean, she always talks about something about uh a calling or whatever, but I think that's just more something about I think that's just more a passion. But yeah, gold usually. Yeah.
Just kind of nod and just, okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Of course. And hey, don't try to find her at night. Like I said, the cleaner, well, janitor really. You don't want to get in his way.
Um, he's already encountered him, and I'm gonna just kind of casually gesture over at our staring into the middle distance friend Rathan.
Just blank stare.
Ooh, that is.
Just blank as can be.
I am so sorry, bud. And he just puts a bottle, like an unmarked bottle of a clear liquid in front of you, and just like personal stash on the house. Yeah. Uh, shit. Yeah. No. It's always interesting working around these parts. All the crazy magic nonsense they have to make a place like this as good as it can be.
It's been interesting, yes.
Oh yeah, I mean, hell, that's why we're like the only inn that ask people's names most of the time. It's like you'd be crazy not to. I'm pretty sure the place tries to kill you if you don't give it your real name.
There's going to be a very, very subtle, like, hairs on the back of the neck kind of quiver for a moment at that response, but he shakes it off without showing that he's having that reaction.
Yeah, and I will point out that the bartender you spoke to yesterday is not who you're speaking to today.
It's a different person.
Yes, it's a different person.
Uh, I guess on that note, I would just be like, so do you guys rotate out the different barkeeps, or?
Oh yeah, alternating. It's I mean, like we have 3 different floors. Everyone needs the rest. We don't change during the day, so it's every other day.
All right, that makes sense.
Of course. I mean, place like this with all the money it's making, it's gonna have one bartender for every day. Come on.
And I guess if you come across, what did you say her name was again?
Mira.
Mira. If you
Yeah.
stumble across her, just let her know that I was looking to talk to her again.
Yeah, all right. She's usually down here in the evenings, early morning, then the evenings. She keeps odd times. I think between those times she actually just tries to get in some sleep herself when no one else is doing it. Because I mean, I don't know how her stuff works, but if everyone's dreaming, I don't think that's very comfortable for her.
That makes sense. Thank you. and I'm just gonna kind of casually get up from the bar and turn to the door and just be like, "Does this place move at all, or does the door always lead to the beach?"
No, this place doesn't move. That door's to the beach. There's a door at the top floor to the route that most vacationers use, but that's about it.
All right, and I'm just gonna head out the door and go sit on the beach, do some thinking.
The bartender looks over at Rathan. That's a pretty weird question. Place moving. I mean, not a lot of, like,
He just kind of glances over, just kind of looks silently, and then just glances back. It's like turns head, just kind of turns back.
I don't blame you, big guy. The exterminator's kind of weird around here. And he just kind of leans over to you, Rathan. It's just like, you think you had a bad night? Initiation means you got to spend a night with him.
Oh
I
shit!
pretty much did that.
Yeah. I guess you don't get as scared of as it when it actually gets your scent and it decides you're not something it needs to get rid of.
Yeah, but that must be great.
I mean, whoever like when you got your key, we're like we are legally obligated to tell you not to get in its way. Like
Yeah,
so,
that really would have been nice. Guess somebody forgot to.
did this person who forget was the person who forgot to say this an employee of the Sword Coast Inn?
No,
Oh, okay,
no,
great. Can't get sued. Great. Okay.
just a friend.
Yeah. Have a nice meal. I think there's some people upstairs. And he
Picturing
just
him,
walks off.
I'm picturing him snapping and doing finger picture pistols like he's SpongeBob backing out of the room.
Yeah, he's just got this like stupid half smirk. Not in the kind of thing that it's like plastered on its face. It's not even like he's doing it when he's just talking to Wrath. And the entire time you guys have talked to this guy, he's just had this like dumb little half smirk on him. Just he's having a good morning, you know.
Okay, I thought you were saying he had the look on his face even though he didn't want it. Like it was just programmed into him, and I was just like, "Oh, great, brainwashing and shit. Good."
I don't know, he just it seems like he's been having a good morning and traumatized like the every once in a while traumatized customer isn't exactly new,
he
probably because
probably
their exterminator is what it is.
he probably has a great time with those stories. God. All right, so yeah, I'm on the beach and Rathan's drinking his life away because
A little more than usual.
he's traumatized.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So I'm guessing that after the meal, Rathan's just going to keep wasting time at the bottom of the bottle.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what time frame is Silverback waiting for?
It kind of the situation would be him. He's just sitting there on the beach doing some reflection of everything and trying to come up with a plan because he's thinking over the details that he's been given about the hive and trying to come up with the best strategy once they get there. Considering I seem to be the plan maker here,
Hmm.
even though my plans never work because our team doesn't work with my plans, but
So you're just gonna be out there for a nondescript amount of time.
yeah, either until something happens or until he snaps back because of hunger or thirst or something.
I wonder what Aloran would even be doing.
I'm
Correct.
just kind of standing somewhere close to Rathan.
Okay, I want to gauge how close.
It gets
One
closer every
being
minute.
one being across the room, 10 being uncomfortably close.
I'd say about halfway between those two.
So like a
Okay,
5
so
or a 6.
so like 5 or 6. Okay. All right.
Now, are we talking in the center of the room or along a wall?
Listen, man, you're asking too much questions now.
I want to know the exact details of where the tin can has stationed himself.
Middle
Oh
of the
yeah.
room.
Middle of the room. All right, that's what I thought.
Okay, okay. Um, as you're sitting out there, Silverback, you watch as this little crew of dwarves push their little fishing boat out into the waters before hopping in and begin just sailing further out into the ocean. You see little halfling kids enjoying the tide. You even see a few humans, a couple dragonborn actually, and even some elves just enjoying their time on the beach as you sit there. They come, they go, normal people having normal lives, normal vacations. For you, with everything you have dealt with, especially in such a short amount of time, all of this feels so alien to you. The idea of just normal people enjoying normal pleasures in the world. It's odd.
I think there's a bit of envy in it too. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
because he lived a normal life until he got here, and that was when things were good. And now everything is shit. So, I guess that's going to further go with the thinking of his past and kind of dwelling on past memories and things of that nature as he's just kind of watching these people go by. And obviously, he's going to be looking for threats too, but mostly he's kind of lost in thought.
As you kind of lose yourself in your thoughts, some of the things that drift to the surface is not just your past, but your immediate past. Some of the things you can more clearly recognize as what you have done. And even though the things you have done, you wouldn't completely consider all that bad, especially comparing that to those of your party members
Yep.
and to those of people around you. There is a sinking feeling at the pit of your stomach, as for some reason you cannot shake the conviction that there is no place in the afterlife for you.
Well, this doesn't seem fair. Well, shit. I don't know how to respond to that.
It's not the feeling of guilt of believing that you're going to hell, or that feeling of absolution of the idea you will go to a better place in the afterlife. It is the sinking existential feeling of not even that you don't know what'll happen to you after any demise, but instead you find yourself slowly convincing yourself that it is not the idea of you don't know, but that you will not go.
As in, there's like, once I die, it's over entirely. There is no soul, it's just done. Or are you saying that I can't die? Is the feeling I'm getting.
While the first statement, I would not use those exact words, you are getting closer to the idea.
I'm entering Lichwood. It's all making sense. No, I think with that feeling, and this you could, regardless of what you told me before the session, I think he would start. His mind would probably start wandering to the gun because of what he's been told about it, and
The more
he would probably take it out and set it beside him and just not touch it, but kind of stare at it.
the more you actually, you know what? Give me an intelligence check. Just a raw intelligence
I am
check.
actually decent at that. Fuck, I rolled a 9. That was shit.
The only thing that comes to mind about this weapon as you look at it is how Morningstar, when he was telling you about it, he kept talking about that it was a weapon created from anger. That was used, that its power comes from such raw, self destructive emotion. Something so strong that it could be distilled into something of destruction, of pain. And maybe something of that nature would be akin to walking around with poison in your pocket.
I think at the thought of that, he would shudder and then put it into the bag of holding without any thoughts of it, and putting it in the bag of holding to try to keep it out of sight, out of mind, and pull out his old rifle and equip that to his bag again.
All right.
Now, what kind of point of the day would this be about this realization?
I'm gonna say it's starting to because you would be out there for a while.
Be a couple hours of just like sitting in the shade of the cliffside or just along the cliffside, like away from people.
I'd say it's about the middle of the afternoon.
I'll be right back.
All right.
So I'd probably he'd probably, after doing this and taking a moment to kind of think over what realizations he had, kind of get to his feet and brush off the sand as best he can and head back into the tavern or into the inn just to see what everyone else is doing. Not expecting much to have changed, but wanting to see if anything did.
You see that there's a little bit more activity within this part of the bar now. Um, you see one familiar figure as well as a couple of new people. You don't know if they came in sometime during the night before lights out, or if they came in earlier this morning and just stayed away from the top. Well,
What do they
the
look like?
bottom floor.
Who are these new people?
Yeah, it's not. It's like three other people. You can tell that like the bottom floor is probably for those who like to stay a bit more quiet. And it's an interesting little spattering of people. You see like this gnome in a white coat is sitting in the corner just looking through a small bag. It looks like a doctor's bag, a small black leather bag latched at the top. He just seems to be rifling through it. A girl. She she looks close to around 17, 18. You catch her eyes very like you catch her eyes for a second. And you see that her eyes look very similar to Mira's. And her she is from neck to everywhere else that you can see bare skin. She is covered in tattoos of the night sky. And then at the bar right next to Rathan is a duck standing on the bar, drinking from a flagon of ale. And there's a little bowl of breadcrumbs next to the flagon.
Bread is not good for ducks. But the duck thing would be something that would definitely catch my eye for a moment. But I wouldn't think of nothing of it because I've been in weirder places. And now for the part of decisions, because I have two choices here that I really want to go for. I'm going to go talk to the woman. And I want to pass by the gnome to just kind of get a glimpse at what he might be looking through.
You want to speak to Mira or this new person?
What do you mean, this new person?
There's Mira and then there's the girl with the tattoos and
Oh, there's two of them. I can see Mira
Yeah.
and the girl with the tattoos.
Yes.
Oh. Well, this changes things now. I'm going to go talk to Mira first.
Okay. So walking past the gnome, trying to like catch a glimpse within the bag, you see give me a medicine check to see if you can make this distinguished.
Oh, good. The thing that I'm not all that great at. 15's not too shabby.
With that check, you can see that while it's a wide assortment of gear, a majority of the tools within that bag seem to be targeted more towards um work with the dead compared to work with the living.
Ah, he's a morgue specialist or a necromancer, of course. It all makes sense.
Necromancers are just late healers.
As much as I hate to agree with you, you're 100% correct. But yeah, I'm going to go over to Mira and take a seat without taking my eyes off her.
When taking a seat, you and looking to speak to her, you find yourself slipping back into that dreamlike, floating kind of gaze.
I'm just going to say, please don't do this just yet. Let's see if that makes her stop.
You find yourself in that similar, like, space of, like, that two minds, one body kind of feeling,
Mm-hmm.
as she just looks at you and just, that's the best I can do.
What is the price for what you were offering?
It's hard to put a number to one's happiness, but I've always found to, depending on the feelings that will be made, I charge more. Because at a certain point, well, we all have to eat.
I understand that. Just name a price, and I'll tell you yes or no.
Name what you want.
I'm not sure. There's a lot of uncertainties right now, and I'm kind of feeling that I'm neither damned nor saved. I don't know what is to come. This all almost feels like purgatory.
Isn't that what life is? Just a middle ground between something preferred and something feared.
The issue is I don't even feel like I'm there.
I envy that feeling of. One could even say that's a feeling of freedom. No, I guess if I had to put a catch-all price, $250 for a night.
It's reasonable. And what am I to expect out of this?
If I don't know what you want, I can't promise that happiness is the only thing you will find. Memories are complex things, and so are the emotions connected to them. But I'll think of something. I will find something. Most clients talk about, at least in hindsight, what they feel is bittersweet. But it's usually something they don't regret. So,
All right, if you need it to be simplified, her. That's all I want. To see her.
I think I have something in mind.
I'm just gonna nod and pull the 250 out. Slide it across the table slowly.
Thank you. You can leave it there.
Just kind of nod and slowly get up and glance around the room and say, "Do you know anything about the other that looks like you?"
There are, while few, there are different reasons for one to have eyes like mine. She's new. I don't know who she is. I already like her. The tattoos are fun.
Could you possibly give me a reason for such eyes?
If you were like me, you were born with a gift. Some pledge their lives to certain goddesses, like the one of night. Well, not exactly a goddess, but they've always found their gender a bit muddled. Sometimes it's a scar from looking into the void and allowing it to look back. Maybe it's an allowance of magic, self-inflicted or not. Few reasons, but they're not all the same.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. And I'm going to walk over to the door. And I'm going to step out and then use my hat of disguise to do a disguise self to make myself look like a shit, what race do I want? Just look like an elven man, probably late 20s, kind of nicely done hair, decent clothing, and then I'm going to kind of walk back in and kind of mingle amongst the thing, and I want to head over to the gnome.
Oh, hello, sir. What do you seem to be looking for?
Well, you caught my eye, and I was curious of your occupation.
Oh, Dr. Flugel, sir. I'm a, well, mostly family medicine doctor, but I, I'm better known for my research.
What sort of research, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, of course, the biological kind, anatomy especially. No, understanding the ins and outs of all the races is very important, at least the physical and biological mechanics of them. Did you know that there is no single gland or chamber within a dragonborn's body that allows them to breathe whatever elemental element that they can breathe? It is actually a mixing of three different parts of their biology.
something I could say that I didn't know.
Exactly. I am a researcher at heart. Who might you be?
Tom Strodingham. Just a simple
Is
adventurer.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Strodingham. Adventurer, you say?
Yes.
Well, as more of a traveling academic, it's always useful for me to speak to certain adventurers because they know of very interesting places. Have you, by any chance, come across any grave sightings, especially those that are not religious sites? You see, it's very difficult to do my kind of research, so I have to I have to begin looking through horrible places like mass graves for cadavers which I can do my work with. So I it's always useful to speak to adventurers because they either know of their own handiwork or the handiwork of something they've passed by.
I'm gonna ask this out of character. Have we been to any grave sites? Other than the
You've made a
well,
few grave
we've
sites.
made a few grave sites.
You've made a few, and I mean, you've mostly made a few because I guess the Grave Titan would not be a good choice just because everything's rotting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't say that I've been to any particular grave sites. I know that the party that I did travel with at the time made a few along the way.
That's to be expected of adventurers. It's a dangerous profession.
They were all unpleasant, every single one that we killed, but and we had no other choice.
No, of course.
But no, I do not know of any particular grave sites, unfortunately.
Well, it's not the end of the world. Where there are the living, there are the dead.
Just gonna kind of give him a nod, and I kind of want to like, as I'm talking to him, I'm kind of trying to like look him over and like try to pull anything from this encounter without like asking for it specifically. If that makes sense.
When you say pull anything,
Kind of like
what?
getting some insight on him, like trying to figure out like kind of with like try to piece together who he is without him
Okay.
saying who he is specifically. Like I know his name, but I don't know like anything about him.
Well, that's going to be an insight check.
And I am feeling my dice for which one has power in it, and I think it's this white one. That's a pretty good roll. 17. Probably not enough, but it's 17. Feels powerful.
Looking at this guy, you feel as though the corpse. How do I word this without it being misconstrued? Looking at this guy and speaking to him, you feel as though there is a certain lack of emotion or um disgust for somebody who so easily talks about and probably regularly stalks graves for bodies.
American Psycho. That's who I'm talking to. Okay. Well, it is a pleasure speaking with you. I was just very curious of your work, and well, you've given me sufficient information.
Oh, but of course, and if you have any interesting adventurer friends who will do some paid work, I am looking for some traveling companions.
If we weren't already doing a job, I would take you up on your offer, but we have places that we have to go due to a very tight contract.
Oh, but of course.
But if we ever cross paths again and we are not doing anything, I'll be sure to ask for any offers in the future.
All right,
And
then.
I'm going to turn and I'm going to head over to the girl with the tattoos.
You see, looking at this girl, instead of that feeling you get when you speak to Mira, you just immediately get that feeling in the back of your head of something watching you. Not in the way of just this girl looking at you. You don't get that feeling when you're looking at someone who's returning that gaze, but something you cannot see watching you.
Oh, good. These feelings again. God damn it. And I'm just gonna kind of casually go over and just be like, "Hello, miss. You caught my eye when I was perusing the tavern and found myself curious of what might bring you to these parts."
Following a map.
What sort of map, if you don't mind me asking?
A map that leads to a very special place.
Interesting. Um,
You see, she just like after just this bit of silence, she just looks back down at her at the small like minuscule lunch that she has in front of her, and before she continues eating, she just says, "That disguise isn't fooling anyone with good enough eyes."
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow. Just be like, you can see through this.
Not like I would have needed to. It's pretty obvious when you walk out and somebody you've never seen before walks in, even at an inn.
Well, aren't you a perceptive one?
No, I just use my brain.
Well, you'd be one of the few that I've encountered that does. But, and I'm going to actually, with my glasses, I want to cast True Sight. And I want to look around with True Sight to see if anything is off, especially this girl's in particular.
With True Sight, you don't see anything off around the room. However, when looking at this girl's face, perception check, DC 15.
Okay. Well, I have a really good perception. I have to literally roll a 1 in order to fail this. I rolled a 17. So.
Okay. You see almost like very long faded scars. There's what looks to be something resembling a map uh, across her face.
I'm going to, because I feel like Silverback would do this, just kind of slowly tilt my head curiously. As I kind of take in this map on her face.
You see, it's too faded for you to fully get a good idea of it. But you see that it definitely maps a majority of the continent.
Like, those markings. I'm curious. How did they happen?
They were a gift.
May I ask
Along
from
with
who?
the eyes.
Wait, say that again. Is that
along with the
along with the
eyes.
eyes? May I ask from who or what?
No. It would be a problem if you knew their name. For your safety, not mine or theirs.
So I'm assuming it's some sort of eldritch being, probably. Makes sense. Seems to be the commonality of this place.
There are many gods, and demons, and devils, and other things of certain amounts of power which dislike their name being slung around as if it was something of nil value.
That probably would explain why I haven't heard of them.
Secrecy is a very interesting form of currency. Problem is that questions are a very powerful form of strength.
Would you like to enlighten me on what you mean?
No matter the answer you get for a question, it is still an answer. Even silence can be an answer, while secrecy is simply the omission of information that will be found at a later time. I do not tell you the name of the one who has given me these gifts, because secrecy is that important to them. And the only reason I was lucky enough to have these gifts was because questions are so powerful.
I see. Well, I don't think I. Well, on that note, I guess I don't really have anything else to ask of you.
Do you believe yourself a bad person?
I want to say no.
I wonder who considered you so bad to give you those scars. They seem like marks of punishment to me.
Very insightful. Kind of pulls his sleeves over his wrist more.
Questions have a very interesting amount of power, because even if you know the answer, a question can hurt more than a sword.
I'll keep that in mind. It's nice speaking with you. I'm just gonna kind of slowly turn away, kind of giving her one more look over before kind of moving across the bar. My true sight I think my true sight stays up for a minute. If I'm remembering how the spell works specifically. And it's 60 feet. I don't know how big the bar is. But I kind of want to use whatever's remaining of it to just get a look at everything.
You see, looking around the bar, that behind certain stairwells are hidden doors. Magically hidden, not actually mechanically hidden.
And now my curiosity is super sparking, but at the same time I feel like that's super dangerous. I'm gonna go talk to the barkeeper because I feel like they're gonna be my saving grace on anything right now.
You see, when walking over the barkeeper, he's just on his belt. He grabs the book used to write down people's names. You see him writing the name of the girl you were just talking to. He basically he after you speak to her, he and calling over to him, you see that he's speaking to this girl for a quick second, coming back after noting down whatever her name is in this book, and you just watch as he closes the book, latches it, and lets it drop as it hangs on some leather straps put across his belt. He just comes over and it's like, "Yeah, what do you need?"
So I was taking a gander around the place with a better look than I have earlier. What are the hidden doors for? Just out of curiosity.
Well, the staff, obviously. We don't want our guests knowing where all the staff disappear to.
That totally makes sense, I guess, yes. That's is that where you would keep the exterminator? As a note of never trying to get through there.
Yes, that is where the our pest control, that is where they enjoy their days.
I'm gonna give him a nod and the OK symbol and just be like, on that note, then. What is there to eat?
Well, let's see here, and he just takes the same book again, flips to a different page, and you see from an upside down view as the words on the page shift. The chefs switched around in the middle of the night, and when they do that, they like to bring their own menu, so just give me a second. Ah, well, we still have some of the normal things, steak, things of that nature. It seems that we have some pork shoulder now. That's interesting. I guess Gustavo's down there now. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's just some normal stuff. Roasted lamb, pork shoulder. I don't know what haggis is, but they say it's some kind of meat. We've had a lot of meat products lately. Some of the farms nearby have been closing down. They've had to liquidate stock.
I see.
Ah,
The lamb sounds
ooh.
wonderful.
Okay, well, if you're not looking for anything of the red meat variety, it seems that the dwarves came in with some fresh cod. And is that a kind of I believe whatever odd name this is, it's supposed to be a kind of salad. So there's that as well. But no, the lamb you said?
The lamb sounds wonderful.
Perfect. What about your intoxicated friend?
He probably could do
Haggis.
with some bread. And
Haggis.
you say haggis.
Yes. Haggis.
I guess
Haggis do fine.
he'll do that.
Okay. I will put that in. And you see he just writes into the book. As soon as the pen touches the paper, the words begin to swirl and change once again before he just closes the book. And it's like, those will be out soon enough.
Thank you. And I'm going to. I want to do what I did before, where I kind of just go to a spot that like would be stealthy enough that I could drop the disguise, and then like go back to Rathan.
It's not that difficult to do so because the barkeep has left the floor, and the only person who doesn't already know who you really are is the doctor. So just finding a blind spot to
Yeah,
him is
that's
very
really
easy.
all I wanted to just avoid the doctor seeing me change. All right, and I'm gonna sit next to Rathan and sit there quietly for a moment before kind of turning to him and just saying, "Is this what you did all day?"
Drink. Eat haggis. Yeah. You could
That
tell he's like way more drunk than usual.
did that encounter fuck you up that bad?
Mm, no alien. No talk about haggis. Yes. Haggis.
Wow, he's re- re- He's reverted back to the speech of a toddler. I didn't think I would see this day.
Haggis.
While you try to speak to Rathan, you get someone tapping on your shoulder.
Hackles go up for a second, ears perk up, slowly turns to see who it is.
You see the gnomish doctor looking at you. It's like, hello, sir. I know it's a bit forward, but I was wondering if you would ever be interested in, for a hefty fee, donating your body to science after your demise.
No, I plan to be immediately disintegrated on the spot.
Oh, that's a shame. I mean, it is so rare for me to see a one of your race. You yourself,
Dog.
I'm gonna
you
Dog
punch.
yourself
I'm
person.
just
are,
gonna like punch Rathan in like the side of the head, like without looking.
Ow. Hurt.
you yourselves are almost a rogue mutation of lycanthropes. It's so rare to be able to find out more about you.
Mm-hmm.
Really, truly, it's just a you will be compensated extremely, and all that happens afterwards is I give you a pearl, so that in the uh truly sad time of your demise, I can find where you were left.
Trap. No take. Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna turn to Rathan and say, "Buddy," and I'm just gonna tap his shoulder and be like, "This is the smartest thing you've ever said to me." And I'm just gonna turn back and just be
Dog person.
punches him in the side of the head again.
Ow.
Just say, "I'm not interested."
Well, at least let me attempt to sweeten the deal. Depending on the time frame as well as how far my research is going, for a smaller fee on your part, you could opt in for your body to be put within the and he kind of looks around the tavern, the resurrection experiments.
And turn back to Rathan. You got anything to say, drunk boy?
Dog turn into cow.
That's not what resurrection means. God, I'm traveling with an idiot and a tin can. How about this? Give me time to think about it, and I might get back to you.
Okay, I'll be here until early tomorrow morning.
And without turning around, I'm going to give him a simple thumbs up, and I am just going to lean over the bar.
Dog cow.
You know I
And
hate you, right?
with that doctor's leaving, you both are given your meals. Now, Rathan, I'm gonna need another wisdom save because of how drunk you are, it will be at disadvantage.
There's something happening to Wrath, and it's not happening to me, and it's concerning me. And it's not because it's happening to
19.
Rathan, because I'm afraid it happening to me.
What'd you say?
You got 19.
Okay.
Damn, you rolled a 19 twice. That's fucking crazy.
For a hot second, there's just that feeling of like, I mean, like this is really fucking good, but maybe I should get maybe you should ask them to lessen the heat on it when they were cooking it. I guess it doesn't matter. It's real good.
Is
Cheap
he trying to
stomach.
become you a fucking Wendigo? Is that what the fuck is happening? I'm getting afraid for Rathan. Oh no, it's the goat. Things are happening to him because of oh shit. Never mind.
Cheap stomach. Haggis. Dog cow.
Man,
You know what,
I
actually,
liked you much
Tyler?
better being high.
Tyler, why don't you make a DC 25 perception check?
Oh no, you hit it really high this time. Who? Oh baby, give me a 12 or higher. 12 or higher. That's all I need. 18 plus a 13. 31. Fuck yeah.
When you look at Rathan, you see just like, I mean, you like Rathan and Bloodshot Eyes is like normal. It's super normal. I mean, this motherfucker puts weird shit in his system all the time. Except instead of the red spidery veins within his eyes, you're actually able to catch glimpses of these same veins, except they are completely black.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, good.
Rathan,
Mm-hmm.
you've
Yes,
been.
a dog cow.
I'm not. I'm. I want to slit your throat. Um, how much have you been feeding that little gun of yours that I know you've had to feed?
Feed gun? Me no feed gun. Nah, gun feed me? Yes? No. No,
Can I
yes,
see
yes,
that
yes.
pistol of yours?
Uh, you want to touch a gun? My gun? No, me no. Me no know about that.
I just want to look at it. I'll give it back.
No. Oh, okay. Yes, you touch gun.
Which gun?
I'm assuming he wants to talk about the Shadow Mastiff.
It's the one that I would assume is doing the damage, which would probably be the one that has like the
You
shadow
gotta.
arm and has like the curse that he has to feed.
Honestly, at this point, Wrath is gonna, because he's got two special guns. So he's just gonna pull out both of them, and you're just gonna like have to decide.
Are you holding them? Or are you putting them on the bar? What are you doing?
No, I'll hold him out for him to
Okay.
pick.
I'm gonna grab the shadow mastiff because I think that's the one doing the. That's the one that gives him the extra arm and he has to feed, right? If I'm remembering
It's the one
correctly.
that gives him an extra arm. The one he has to kill to feed is the Reaper's Hand.
Oh shit! Forgot
I'm gonna
about
I'm
that.
gonna grab the Reaper's hand then because I don't think it's the shadow mastiff. I think it's the Reaper's hand.
When you grab the Reaper's Hand, go ahead and make a raw intelligence check. I'm gonna say DC 20 because it's you sifting through your memory, but it's also something that's so small that
No,
Rathan hasn't noticed it.
I got a 7. I don't fucking see shit. Wait.
Okay.
You said intelligence? Yeah,
Yes.
it's like an 8 then.
Now
Unless it's
for
a saving throw.
Rathan,
Is it a saving throw or a check?
no,
It's
check.
check. Okay.
Rathan actually, I'm gonna say that same check at disadvantage, DC 15
What's the check?
intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
Don't I have some sort of? Ah, well. Oh, intelligence check. Oh, my
Yes.
bad. Um, 17, and the disadvantage, 9.
Okay, neither of you like you just thinking about like what you know the either of you know about the history of this weapon. You can't bring anything, not the history of the weapon itself, but the history of you guys having the weapon. You can't really you're drawing blanks. There's nothing that really jumps out to you about this being any weirder than it already is.
So obviously I'm severely intoxicated. Um, but I'd still kind of remember, I sort of remember that I had to kill, but I'd probably be kind of hazy on the last time, right?
With that statement, DC 10 history check advantage.
Okay. So it's 13.
I'm just like
Shoot
holding
pad.
the gun and staring
So
at it,
19.
like trying
Yeah,
to
so
look it
19.
over.
Rathan, you haven't needed to kill something with this weapon for multiple days now. It's been going like a week at this point, and you finally noticed it, and it's weird.
I'm gonna kind of it's gonna kind of like slightly sober me up. I'm still obviously like there's so much alcohol's in my body at this point that it's like it's surprising that I'm still not standing but able to keep my muscles up. But like I've been drunk tons of times, so it's like it's nothing new to me. But this is like, but I'm gonna be like kind of like
Your blood
wait a
type is
minute.
ale. That's what it's gonna do.
Um, I me had to kill 24. And you're gonna see him count his fingers, try to do the math. Well, one day, 20, 22, no, 24 hour. Me kill, but me no kill. 24 times 4 out. No day. Yeah, day.
Just tell me in days. Just
Um,
tell me in days. Keep the number
four
simple,
four
buddy.
day. 4 day. No kill. Me no kill. Me no crazy. With the me no crazy. No,
I-
me no crazy.
Can I look?
Quiz.
Can I look him over to see if there's like anywhere else that possibly looks like it's got bulging dark veins?
Perception check. This is going to be with disadvantage, and I'm going to say like a 30. It's a DC 30.
Oh dear God, you're really pushing my luck here, bro.
You're looking for things that you either don't know to look for or is just difficult to find.
No, I got like a 24 and a 23. It's not gonna be enough. Like really, what I'm trying to do is like, because I can see his arms. I know. I can see his neck and part of his chest.
You've looked at his eyes once more. They're back. They're normal ass bloodshot. However, they have this weird fleck of green in them now.
I'm just gonna say don't move, and I'm gonna see if I can get it out.
How are you gonna do that?
I'm using a claw.
Yeah, no, as soon as you reach, I'm gonna essentially like cock back. It's gonna be kind of slow, but I'll slap your hand out. No touchy.
You have something in your eye. I'm trying to help
Nuh-uh.
you.
No
Oh,
touchy with those
when I say
paws.
when I say this fleck of green, I mean like it's in the iris.
I still want to get it out. But
Dog, no touchy me. You touchy me, I get angry.
yeah.
You touchy me anywhere else, no face. We buddies, no face. Okay, doggy.
Keep talking to me like that. I'm going to tear your tongue out.
Doggy angry. It's okay, I stop.
And I'm going to offer him back his pistol and say, I'm pretty sure this thing's eating at you right now.
Mm,
Uh,
tomato.
That's not
Why
how that
don't-
goes.
Why don't both of you make an intelligence check? DC 10 straight intelligence.
Oh, I could do this one unless I roll like a 1 or something. That's cocked.
17.
I cocked it again. How the fuck did I do that? Yeah, I rolled a 7. I'm not rolling good intelligence checks.
Rathan kind of like after these you're really inebriated, but even with that, as soon as Silverback says like this thing is probably eating at you, you know that's not true. Because at this point, this weapon not taking control of you for not killing something, that's closer to an improvement
Yeah.
than anything problematic. It's almost as if with this weapon,
We're gonna
things are
bond.
being better.
Yeah.
However, with that, you don't know what's causing it.
Okay. So is it almost like a bond? Or is it like
Your connection with this weapon does not feel different.
does it feel like a more positive like we are coming to almost like an agreement? Or does it feel almost like the weapon is starting to kind of does it feel more one-sided, or is it like a parasitic relationship or like a symbiotic relationship?
It feels as though there's a third party in the way.
like in the way blocking a better connection, or like blocking it like for like the better, like it is blocking it to take over, you know? Do you get what I'm saying?
That will be more personal preference.
Per- okay, so personal preference is like
Like
deciding what I want, or
personal preference on the idea of whatever this interference is being good or bad.
okay.
You're saying it's a thing. There's a third party blocking the negative, like the actual need to feed the gun and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying? Because I'm trying to track the
There
same thing in my
is,
mind.
when trying to look within, however this is happening, whatever is happening, it feels as though there is something specifically getting in the way of the control that the Reaper's hand
Okay.
should have on you.
And is it only been since we've been here, or has
It
like I
has
kind of
been
noticed it?
a while.
I'm
Like, you could even argue it's been a little bit before you guys left the Hollow the last time.
Yeah. So was it like, did 24 hours pass before we arrived here?
Yes.
Because Rathan is kind of deducing like he's almost trying to figure out like you know he's trying to wrap his drunken brain around. He's kind of sobering up. He's stopped drinking at least because he's like trying to do the math here, and he's like, all right. He's kind of regained some of his speech. He's like, and in his head he's kind of going, all right. Well, it was 24 hours, not in here, so it can't be
Like,
in here that's blocking it.
conservatively, it has been over a week.
Okay. Rathan, going just purely by character, uh, Rathan's he's gonna look kind of pondering, and he's gonna kind of get this bright-eyed look and go, "Sweet, I haven't killed in a week." It's like, wait, I haven't killed in a week. Is that a good or bad thing? Huh. Well, the pros, I'm not crazy. I think. Cons, I do like killing people. But pros, I haven't killed my friends. Whatever. And then he's just gonna go back to kind of just like blankly looking around. Like he's all of that like, you know, thought out, well articulated thought is just gonna completely go right out the window.
All right.
And then he's just gonna look at Silverback. Just kind of like, what's up? What do we do now?
There's not really anything that is of dire need at the moment. I've been asking around and getting information, but
Now, I will give you
Oh,
guys one
he's just
last.
gonna go back to drinking. Sorry, go ahead.
I will give you guys one last thing, and I believe Silverback could think of this because of his recent uh uh talk with someone who keeps speaking of the power of questions. You guys know that supposedly that gun is supposed to have a personality. So maybe if it is willing to speak, if you are able to speak to it, maybe asking it a question.
That's right. I forgot I could like
I guess
telepathically
I would.
communicate
I
with
guess I
it.
would just turn to him because I don't think Rathan would think of it at the time, and me being the one who's all about questions
Yeah.
at the moment would just be like, "Have you thinking about this? Have you tried communing with that weapon of yours?"
Well, because I've definitely said the revolver has talked to me before.
Oh yeah.
Because I think I told him, like, it was like a while ago I said this, but I was like, said something like, the revolver really wants me to kill this thing.
Yeah, we all
Because,
thought you
yeah,
were crazy.
yeah, oh yeah, you thought I was like batshit. And he's like, well, he's lost it. But, alright, so I'll
But
be like, no, I don't really talk to it often. It just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I just feel it. I could try talking to it, I guess.
I would say give it a chance tonight. instead of coming to my room, and don't leave your room this time.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I doubt you want another encounter with your friend in the
Nope,
halls.
I do not.
Good, and that will keep you from disturbing me again, even though I didn't wake. And I don't plan to wake tonight either if you have a problem.
No, sorry. No problems from me.
Alright, at least we're on the same page. And I guess, are we eating at this point? Are we done eating, or did we just like start, or have we even
Oh
got our
yeah,
food yet?
probably be like. I feel like this entire conversation was after that.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. It was either as the meal was being finished or afterwards. So I'm gonna just get up, pat him on the shoulder, and just say, "I'm gonna go hang up on the upper floors for a bit, if you need me."
Alrighty. He's just gonna go back to kind of drinking. Light drinking this time, not heavy drinking.
Normal drinking.
Yeah. He switches to light beer.
Yeah, it's still heavy, but it's not as heavy.
No, not yeah, exactly right.
The proofing went down on your alcoholic beverages. You were drinking like 200 proof alcohol. Now you're drinking like maybe 60 or lower.
Yeah.
So, the second floor is empty. The third floor you see is actually a lot of the like day and some of the non-dangerous night staff actually hanging out, all kind of enjoying each other's company at the bar. You actually even see yesterday's bartender there as well, along with maids, people dressed in chef's uniforms, things of that nature.
I feel like upon seeing this, he would kind of pause at the top of the stairs, like, "Am I supposed to be up here?" And kind of like awkwardly standing there for a moment, trying to debate whether if like he should approach people or is there 4 levels to this bar or this tavern?
3 bars. The rest of the floors are guest rooms.
Guest rooms.
One of the people at the bar just like gives a little friendly wave to you, then goes back to one of their conversations.
Hmm. I kind of just casually walk over to the barkeeper from the day before. Just as I like come up to him, just, "Hey there."
Oh, hi. Had a nice night. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah, it's it's been good. Still figuring out this place and meeting some people. Buddy of mine ran into your little exterminator last night.
Ooh, that is a bad. He's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine. Well, everything but
Okay.
mental, but he was broken mentally before we got here. So
You you told him about it, right? I mean, I let you know.
definitely.
Okay. Well, just don't say I didn't tell you, because no, that
No,
actually
no,
be a
no.
problem. So,
I would not say I would not throw that your way in any kind of way.
all right then. It's a real shame. Not the most personable one but good pest control, real good. I mean, him with, uh, especially when like weird, like actual weird shit happens instead of just what we have here. Ugh.
Care to elaborate? Because I've seen quite a bit of weird in my time.
Well, I mean, like, while these franchise locations are, solid locations, stay where they are, we utilize a lot of teleportation magic. I mean, either we we accept applicants from pretty far away places, and they need a way of getting here. Sometimes trade routes get messed up. Sometimes we just need a more efficient way of sending company memos and mail and stuff like that. So we get some pretty weird extra planar stuff happening every once in a while. I mean, that's how we were introduced to what is now our pest control. So weird stuff happens.
Gotcha.
Now, your friend, well, lucky for them, as long as they survive the first time, he's not going to come after them again. He'll actually be real nice to him. If something bad were to happen in the middle of the night, he'd be the one protecting them. It's all about getting a. It's all about getting a. Some about. It's not imprinting. It's. I don't know if he smells, but it's kind of like how a dog gets your scent. So I don't get it, but it's the reason why we got to share a room with it. So
Oh. I think the other bartender was mentioning something about that.
oh yeah, I mean he's real friendly when he gets used to you. Just don't let him try to lick you. I don't think he knows that his tongue isn't like a tongue. I don't know. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't have any plans on meeting him as much as my curiosity would like to know what.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know you. You don't want to meet him. No.
Yes, and this place seems to allow me to sleep a little deeper than normal. But
Wait, what?
well, last night I was my friend after his little incident tried to wake me apparently and battered me up pretty well, but I didn't wake.
Are you normally a deep sleeper?
Well, living out in the deserts for about 3 years, I normally woke up to the simplest of noises and fear of a wild animal attacking.
And you see, he just kind of turns over to the other barkeep, and you see him just like he waves him over when he comes over. He just whispers something into his ear, and the barkeep who was on duty today, uh, he takes the book off of his belt, leather strap and all, and hands it over to the guy. And he just turns over to you, and he opens it up. It's like, your name is Tom, right?
Yes.
And he just kind of stands there. Like, I need you to be 100% truthful with me, because fake names in a place like this literally gets you killed. I mean, like I this is this is why Gabrielle shows up so much and talks about fucking the magic of questions and crap. It's not because she's just trying to impart shit. She's legit like a part of like our legal team.
As he's saying this, Silverback's eyes are just getting wider and wider, and if he had skin, he would be paling out right now.
Like you jeez fuck, we're gonna get, if you died, we would have got so. No. Oh my fucking god. No, you can't. Inns don't take people's names. You fucking give them money and they give you a fucking key. Wait.
All right, fine.
What the fuck did you think we were gonna do? Steal your soul or something? No. Oh Jesus Christ! This is already a fucking lawsuit waiting to happen. We can't. You can't stay here. You can't stay here. You have to get out.
Oh,
You have to leave now.
all right. Okay, I'll go.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And as I'm walking to the stairs, I'm just gonna glance back and just say, for the record, I was taking precautions because I've almost died giving my name before.
You almost died not doing it. It's as easy as asking a question. I mean, that's why Gabrielle's a part of our fucking legal team.
The West has confused me beyond anything else. I miss home. And I'm just gonna walk down the stairs to go out onto the beach.
You just see, like, before you leave, like, everyone at the bar, including both bartenders, just white as a sheet of paper. Like, it looks like they have all simultaneously shit themselves at the idea that you gave them a fake name.
I'm just gonna kind of shake my head in disbelief and in just. There's not even regret. It's more of just like disappointment and disbelief. And I'm just gonna head out onto the beach.
How long are you staying there?
Probably hang out on the beach for a while, and then I'm debating if I want to be up on the top of the cliff or I want to sleep on the beach.
After an hour, um, two people walk out. Mira and the other girl you spoke to, who you found out is named Gabrielle. You see Mira walks out and she just kind of stands next to you, looking out into the
I
surf.
feel like the way that I'm sitting too is like knees up to my chest, like leaned over them, kind of not pouting, but like sitting there just kind of like bored out of my mind and disappointed by how things went.
And you see, just as Mira stands next to you, her hand kind of creeps into your vision, and you see in her hand is your wad of $250.
I'm just gonna sigh and slowly take it, put it into my pocket.
Sorry. And she walks off. And Gabrielle, she just drops into the sand next to you, kind of just lounges back as she looks out into the surf. That was pretty fucking stupid, man.
Anywhere else, it would have been smart.
Anywhere else, they just don't ask your name. Like, have you ever been to an inn where they ask your name?
I've been asked my name in an inn a few times, but probably not for the reasons that you guys did it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, there's like no trouble in asking why. It's like, sure, you might seem a little sketchy to like most places, but I mean, it's not like it's a universal rule to get someone's name. It's usually just because they have people who like skip out on tabs. And even then, usually you pay up front. So then they just don't care. Like, look, man, place like this, we deal with a lot of lawsuits. So we're not going to be liable for your ass when we all wake up and find that you couldn't go to sleep on your second night. So then you got mauled by something falling through a portal.
I'm talking about the exterminator.
Oh, no, not him. No, he, like, look, they talk about him like he's there to kill some rats. No, he's there to make sure that whatever falls through the portal, the fucking wild ass teleporting shit they use around here, doesn't kill our guests. All right, he's the least of your worries if you were in the hallways at night. Okay, well, at least in the middle of the night. Sunset's usually fine. No, no, fucking literal ghosts, literal fucking ghosts. That's some wild ass shit. No, we get lawsuits for like poorly cooked food and shit. All right, we're legally liable for way too fucking much in general. It's not just, oh, someone died on your turf. I mean, that it makes sense if you get sued for. No, this company deals with so many legal fees for tiny shit, like they didn't fucking follow some allergen code that the crown put out, that they are really strict about this kind of stuff. But they're also really chill if you just want to know why, you know? It's like, I
There's no way to fix this.
well, actually, that's why I'm out here. As the representative of the local kind of legal branch of the franchise, it's weird, but I mean, I only have to make calls from Sending Stone, so I take the extra cash. You would have to pay the fine that they would have had to take on if you passed away, and then you actually give your name so that the location itself does not cause your untimely demise. Problem is that fine is a direct cut of 2/3 of 3 years worth of salary from each person who works here. So that's going to total about, I want to say, if my math's correct, 75,000.
That's not too much. Wait, just kidding. No, that's not too much.
75,000. We are literal millionaires.
Yeah, just that's not too bad, considering the possible consequences of what could have come.
Jesus. You can drop 75,000 like it's nothing.
I may or may not have come across money at some point.
Alright, well, I am not legally liable for wherever this money has come from. Yada yada yada, legal jargon. All I know is that it was given to me by a customer. And you see she just, like, drags through the sand this little notebook, and it's just like, now what's your actual fucking name, man? Look, just first name even. It didn't even need to be it doesn't need to be everything.
Kai.
Kai, alright. Kye?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Now go on, if you're fast enough you can catch Mira.
And I am going to quickly put down the money, and I'm gonna head back in to find Mira.
You're able to catch her while she's walking up the stairs.
Hey.
Oh. This is new.
And I'm gonna
Usually
hold
when
the 250 towards her. Just say, I got it cleaned up.
Surprised they can even do that. Okay.
It wasn't cheap, but it's my own doing.
Fair.
And I'm good for the money right now, so.
She just gets the wad of cash from you once more and just have a nice night.
Thank you.
Before gliding up the stairs.
There's gonna be just like a slight pause for a second before. What time is it about this point?
It's a little bit after sundown, so I want to say like maybe 8.
So I would go down and tell the others that I'm crashing for the night, because they wouldn't know that I had nearly gotten kicked out. Of all the people in the group to get kicked out of the place, I'm the least likely, and yet I'm the first. I'm just gonna go down and be like, I'm crashing for the night. I'll see you guys in the morning. And the morning is when we're traveling with the halfling family, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell them, be up early. We're setting off with those the halflings I spoke to when we first got here.
All right.
Don't be too grumpy, Rathan, even though I expect a hangover from you.
No hangover from me.
That's what I like to hear. And I'm just gonna head up the
Just
stairs.
I actually have a question about Rathan. So, when it comes to his favorite pastime of gunslinging, is he more happy about it drunk or sober?
Depends on the context.
Is he
If
ever
he's gambling,
sober?
it's
Gunslinger.
that is a very fair point.
Dueling.
No, he's pretty sober, typically. I mean,
He prefers sober to dueling.
kind of. I mean, it's almost like it. He likes like kind of a middle ground because like alcohol is a suppressant, so it like kind of calms the nerves. Even though he doesn't really have any nerves, it's more it kind of steadies his hand a little bit because he's got too much adrenaline whenever he duels, and so the alcohol almost works like a like performance enhancing substance, and it like kind of calms his like jitters, but it's not jitters because he's nervous. It's jitters because he's very excited. If that answers your question.
Before
So you,
Rathan goes upstairs, he's not a familiar face, but it's almost more of a familiar voice, and just Jesus fucking Christ. Is that Oslo? Hey. You and you just see this about 6-foot dude full beard. One of his eyes is missing, and he doesn't wear an eye patch or anything. He just allows this empty socket in his face, the other eye looking at you intently. And you see this large, desperado dressed kind of man with shoulder holsters loosely hanging from him as he leans against the bar.
Desperado.
Raven, this man isn't, you don't personally know him well, but you've crossed his paths on a few occasions,
Mhm.
mostly enjoying dive bars and similar
Okay.
places where gunslingers enjoy staying.
Sorry,
This
let my cat
is,
out. What were you saying?
um,
Across this path on a few. Go ahead. Keep
yeah,
talking.
like, just because the two of you frequent similar styles of bars, especially the kind of places where a gunslinger will look for his next challenge. This is Juan Guajale. And he is the most annoying bastard you've ever met because the only thing he has ever talked about when the two of you sit in front of each other is how many bodies you have on each gun. And instead of just saying, "I got 5 on this," he always wants to get into those long-winded stories about how he's the best fucking slinger you've ever met.
So do I know his name?
Yeah, you know his name is Juan. You never bother with his last name like no one else does because he's a bastard about it.
Be like, yeah, you're John, right?
And
Yeah, John.
That's a Rathan response if I've ever
What have
heard
you
one.
been up to?
you see his one eye just rolls. It's like, of course you're the one who says that, huh?
It is John, right? Am I?
Juan, motherfucker.
Oh, Jawan. I'm sorry, man.
What
What you
are
been
you
up
doing
to?
in a place like this? This place is for pussies. You know, places where you can't even shoot someone without that getting in all trouble for. Huh? You a pussy now, huh? And you just see he keeps like every time he says pussy, he just hits you in your shoulder with the back of his hand.
You know, I just been running with this new crew. Just you know how it is, killing people, talking to gods, you know,
Oh,
doing
you
the
mean the crew
usual.
now?
You know what I'm talking about, right? That's the
Oh
usual
yeah,
for you,
yeah.
right?
No, I'm sorry. It's not the usual. I mean, I
Oh,
don't
that's a
walk around
shame.
with a
That
crew. I
is
don't
a
need a
shame.
crew. Only crew I need is what, six shooters. Everything's done easy. Speaking to gods, who cares about gods? I'll be one myself sooner or later.
Hey, man, pretty cool. I got this nice buddy. He keeps giving me bullets that'll kill anything. Just saying. Pretty
Oh,
nice.
bullets that'll kill anything, eh? I
Mm-hmm.
could kill anything. I don't need no special bullets for that. I mean, hey, actually, last time I saw you, okay, this one, right thigh. Let's see, this one I call her Julieta. Oof, this idiot banker up in Rhodes. He thought he could start just shooting people out of nowhere. You know what I do? Bam! Right in his eye. And he points at his own empty socket. He's just, the idiot kept joking about it. I think it is cool. No, I know it's cool. But the idiot kept joking about it. Decided, you know, it's time to make a widow. So I just popped him in the face. It was perfect. Everyone was terrified. It was great.
Nice. Cool. Still up to those wacky shenanigans, I see. So you kill any real real hard people?
Well, of course, I ripped off the McAllisters about 2 weeks ago. You know, those fucking barbarians. All you have to do is just kill the guy who's on lookout, and then everyone's easy picking. I mean, they're idiots.
You have to kill the guys on lookout? Why don't you just kill them all at once? Can your guns not do that? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. I keep forgetting everyone's guns can't do that. when you walk around like I do with weaponry I do, it just you just keep forgetting about the guys that run around doing everyday normal stuff, you know? When you hit adventures like I've been doing, it just I'm sorry. You have to pardon me. I really just forget what it's like living a normal life, you know? Nothing too extreme, nothing too nice, just kind of mundane. Your average everyday killing the lookout, raiding the camps. But I see you're doing good for yourself, man. That's awesome. Honestly, it really couldn't be me, dude. I had to go on with my life. But I'm glad that that satisfies you, man, that you're really, really doing what you want to do, living up to your full potential. That's amazing to hear. I just gotta say.
Okay. Okay, kid. Okay, kid Oslo.
Oh,
If
is
that's how
that?
you want to be, if that's how you want to act, why don't we deal with this in a better way, huh?
I
I
mean,
get I mean,
I was just trying to be nice, but I
hey,
mean,
no, it's okay. I get it. I'll be nice too. I'll make sure that whatever notch on whichever one of these that put you down is nice and big. All right, let's go outside, huh? Huh?
I mean, hey, you
You
know
want to,
me. I
you
never
want to
turn
be
down a
how you are.
challenge.
You want to be how you are. Let's settle this like men, eh? Not like whiny babies in pussy bar, huh?
I just have to preface. Let me just before we go through with this. What would you like me to tell your family after I kill you?
Mm, you won't need to.
Oh,
But I
no,
do
no.
need to know,
Give
what
me
should I tell your
some
mother when
last
you're dead,
words, just in case.
Ooh, where should I bury you? Sounds all boring, you know? Actually, you maybe you
Is
should
that
write
it?
something for a friend.
Is
Yeah?
that what you want me to tell your parents?
Oh no. You won't need to talk to my family. It'll be hard to talk to families when you're dead. Oh,
Okay.
come on.
Let me get a real drink real quick. Ah. Then he just walks over the counter, kind of just points his finger up, um, to just order whatever, whatever the bartender feels. He's just gonna slam it back. He's gonna
Yeah,
stretch a little bit, kind of.
the
He's gonna do kind of
bartender
like a fake stretch, almost like he's stretching his arms, but he's really not really stretching much.
the bartender actually has like a look of disgust looking at Juan. So he gives you like the equivalent of an Irish coffee.
Oh hell yeah! I'm ready. I'm gonna. Let me think. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm good. I'm gonna say ready when you are, man. I ain't getting no younger.
The two of you stand off, standing on the beach. The statue to your right, the crashing ocean to your left. It's dark out, but the moonlight illuminates the two of you as the wind howls and the sea spray just barely reaches you. And you see Juan he takes a cigar and he holds it in his lips. He lights it, and then he takes a stick of TNT. It's like, when it goes bang, that's when we go. He
Okay.
lights it.
Oh
He
God,
lights the
Juan is a
fuse off
fucking
his cigar,
psychopath.
and he tosses it over his shoulder, as far as it'll go. And he
Sounds
just kind of, and you just see him. He's almost dancing in his steps. Almost, he just seems so excited about finally being able to do this. And he just, and when the stick of dynamite finally explodes, I'm gonna need a sleight of hand check.
there's no way you
Yeah.
can lose this.
Can I almost use one of my trick shots? Um. So I can I use Deadeye shot to get advantage on it?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna use Deadeye shot. Use one of my trick shots. So I'm about to go to bed anyway. So it's like a long rest. And then I'm gonna use obviously my dueling revolver, which gives you plus hand 5 to sleight of hand when I use. Oh, I already have advantage on all it. I don't know what I'm doing. I already have a fucking advantage. Give me double advantage. um, so kind of want to either no, I'm shooting this motherfucker. I was gonna do his disarming shot to kind of just make him feel bad, but no, I'm just gonna pop cap with this motherfucker. All right, first one's okay. So that's a 25. Not that great of a roll, but oh well.
You rolled like a 10?
I rolled a 5.
Oh shit! No, what the fuck? Oh, because your
Yeah.
fucking duelist gives you a +5, so you got an automatic 20.
Yeah, I have a natural 20.
You almost fucked up.
Yeah, that was a low fucking roll.
Your holster almost got snagged. But then something gave way, almost as if something ripped or removed or tore something that was just keeping you stuck where you were. And a split second before he can pull his trigger, you destroy his other eye.
Oh yeah.
You watch as he drops and falls face first in the sand.
I'm gonna like spin my revolver, blow the smoke out of the top, and then put it back in. But as I put it back in, I'm gonna look at my side and look to see what it could have snagged on.
You
And
see, like the part of the holster that was snagged on is the front part of your sight. It looked as though it probably would have bitten into the bottom of your holster, but looking at it now, there is a very small, almost cutout of the sight picture at the
Mhm.
bottom of your holster now. Almost as if there was just enough removed to slide it away without hooking anymore.
Okay.
You've done that so many times. You've carved your holster into what it needs to be.
Literally.
Now, wisdom save.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Ugh, fucking 4.
You're standing there, and I mean, you had your dinner. You're doing fine. But just something in the back of your head. Just something that says, what better way to humiliate this motherfucker than not even leave enough for a burial? What
Oh,
better
here I go killing again.
what better way to do that than fucking eat whatever's left? I mean, you're hungry anyway. You're everything you've been eating, it's like this you just always needed a little more. Why not just punish what's left of him just a little bit more and finally deal with that feeling?
Is anybody around?
No.
Oh, this is fucked up.
I feel like this would
Can
be
I
okay
like
if it was my character doing it, but this is Rathan we're talking about.
um is he like still living or is he dead?
He's dead. He
Uh,
is this was a headshot destroying what was left of whatever was in that skull of his.
There wasn't much, if he's hinting that.
all right. I'm gonna walk over and first I'm gonna search him. And I'm gonna like kind of just gonna get increasingly hungry as I search him. Does that work for you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just kind of
Seems
like, what else he got on him? Like, does he have anything on him? I just kind of like
he
search it through it.
has
Luke Goblin.
3 vials of red powder,
All right, adding
a
that shit.
wad of cash amounting up to about $1,000,
All right,
and 6 duelist revolvers.
6 duelist revolvers. I'm not even gonna take one of his dueling pistols. I'm just gonna leave that. All right. Where the hell is my? Oh, there's my gold. $1,000 chump change.
You also find 3 sticks of dynamite and
Oh,
2 cigars and a box of matches.
all right. Fuck, I gotta add this shit real quick. Alright, I might. Oh wait, actually, I think that's a real item. Yeah, it is.
Dynamite?
Is dynamite a real item? Yeah, dynamite stick.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure dynamite is a real item.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no such thing as a RPG without a stick of dynamite. I don't care what time frame it takes place in.
How many cigars?
3.
Okay. All right, and then 3 vials of red powder.
Yes.
He
Okay.
found red. He found red crack. That's what it is.
Dude, honestly, I do some drugs.
Knowing Rathan, it's actually going to be something for like a weapon or some utility thing, and he's going to try to snort it.
All right, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take one of the cigars and I'm gonna start like I'm gonna light it, start smoking it, and I'm gonna go. In my brain, I'm gonna start thinking like, you know, it'd be really good with this cigar. And
Human
am I
flesh.
gonna be hungry for just human flesh, or can I cook it? Like, am I just gonna start like take
It
a
is
bite?
it is a hunger, and at this point, it's not as though you feel yourself being forced to. It's almost as if in your own mind you're just explaining it away as though it's normal to you.
I get it. So is it? But
How
is it? Can I cook it, or like is
Yeah.
it?
How you consume is not as important as if you do.
Okay, but I have to consume it. It just is.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take out my dagger. So I do have one of those. I've never fucking used it, but I have one.
Nobody ever uses their dagger. Not even the rogue that's in the group has used his dagger.
Like, I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna carve out a piece of like the side fat. Um, I'm gonna like essentially like because in my mind I'm like kind of normalizing it. Because I'm like fuck it, like I'm gonna chop up. I like start chopping up his like off his hands, chopping off his feet, just to like in a way just like nothing like returnable back to the body.
All right.
Um, and then I'm gonna take the piece and I'm gonna look for like a fire around. And if I don't see one, I'm gonna try to like, I guess light one or something. Where am I on like the beach? Is that where I am? Where am I
Um,
right now?
but it's the kind of beach where like closer to the cliffside, you'll probably find some
Yeah,
driftwood and stuff like that.
yeah. I'm gonna light a fire then,
All right.
and I'm gonna cook that bitch up. And however
After
long that takes, I'm gonna start just like fucking feasting into it. After I cut off some side fat, I'm
Yeah,
gonna cut off like a little more,
you
enough
s-
meat to feed me.
you see, you keep going back, and even like the hands, even the only thing left because you just keep going back to it. The only thing left are clothes and whatever items you didn't take.
My
And
God.
you notice you didn't have any trouble biting through bone or anything else. It was almost as if everything was just meat.
I just consumed everything.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Do I kind of realize I did this?
With how low that roll is, while it's not a constant thing in your brain, it's just at a certain point, you just keep finding yourself explaining it away as something that is completely fine.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna be like, I get it. Like, be like, okay. And afterwards, I'm just gonna. Was he wearing any clothing items that was like noticeable or distinguishable?
Um, he had this big fuck off sombrero.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna wear it.
All right.
Oh dear God.
100%. I don't think I'm even wearing a hat.
I'm the only person in the party with a hat, and it's because my hat's magical.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna wear that shit. And then I'm just gonna walk back into the bar like nothing happened. Actually, I'm gonna go back up to the bar and I'm gonna kind of do like I did earlier, point, and I'm gonna give him like a smirk and see like his reaction.
getting a drink because he seemed like really annoyed with the dude, so he's pretty happy about me killing him. I think.
He just kind of looks over. It's like, do what you had to do.
Yep. And I'm just gonna like ask for another round.
Yeah, all right. Okay. And just pours you an extra round.
Oh yeah. And then I guess I'm gonna try to go back to go to my room, I guess. There's
All
nothing
right.
else going on. Has Silverback already gone back to his room?
I went to bed before this ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to my room. Act
Okay.
like nothing happened. And then before I do, actually I should have tried to talk to it on the cliffside. But it's fine.
I'm gonna like try to kind of find a secluded corner, and like normally I kind of like I'm gonna try to talk to my revolver. I'm gonna pull them both out and kind of talk to both of them
You
to
could go to
see
your
if
room and
they
do it, but
what?
you could go to your room and do it.
Yeah, but Lauren's there right now. I think. Would you be there, Jared?
No, I've just been standing in the middle of the thing
Still in the
the whole
bar.
time.
He hasn't left
All
the
right.
bar. He's just in the bar.
All right, I'll go back. I'll go back to the room and do it then. If he's still in the bar.
When trying to speak to the Reaper's hand, first of all, whenever you have the time, remove your vulnerability to all damage.
What? Rathan's not
Hoggers.
gonna die from everything anymore. This is a
Hoggers.
major improvement.
And then, as you kind of stand there trying to speak to the Reaper's hand, you hear the similar, like, the sound of almost of, like someone being smothered by a pillow, screaming under it. And that's all you get from the Reaper's hand.
Someone
Oh,
smothering the
shit.
Reaper's hand.
So like it's like muffled voice from the Reaper's hand.
It is muffled screaming.
Well, okay. I'm gonna. God, I'm honestly going to cause it's like it doesn't scare me, but it kind of is unsettling. So I'm gonna go and try to knock on Silverback's door, see if he answers.
Would Silverback be asleep?
How long did that dueling and him eating flesh take?
Probably
I'm gonna
a
say
good
that would
minute.
have been. It would have taken like an hour and a half, because the weirdest thing that, like, if the wisdom save was a little bit higher, he would have noticed. He was really efficient at it, even though it may have been the first time he's ever done something like this.
What would be the time at night?
I would say that it's getting up to about,
Be like 9:30 or 10, because you said just after sunset
yeah,
was when I went upstairs, and
it's about, I'm gonna say it's about 10 by now.
I would say Silverback was about to settle in. He probably would have sat in the room and practiced his cartography and stuff, to like drawing maps and stuff, because he's been working on that on the side because of his fighter. He got a tool proficiency. It just would have been doodling maps and like trying to get into a position to like put himself to sleep, considering we've been most nights staying up late and then going to sleep and then getting up early. So he probably would have been like in bed, just settled in, and heard the knock. And Rathan probably would hear a grumble from behind the door before the door just kind of opens, because I don't think Silverback really makes noise when he walks. He would open the door and just be like, "What?"
And Rathan's gonna seem kind of a little reserved, like not his normal like dickish self. So it'd be like, I know you said not to bother you, but I kind of have something I may need your help with.
Would I be able to smell flesh on him?
No.
No. Okay.
He is flesh, so
I mean, like there's a smell that a recently killed like
well, he was also
body would produce.
outside, so stuff like the beat so he smells more like the ocean because he's been hit with so much sea spray than
Okay,
anything
fair
else.
enough. Yeah, I just wanted to see because my character, being what he is, really good scent of smell. But okay, um, just kind of look him over and be like, fine, and kind of open the door more and want to come in.
Oh, sorry, sneezing. Be like, yeah, but shut the door.
That was the plan. And he kind of, as you walk by, just kind of closes the door and crosses his arm and just kind of stands there in the doorway. Just so, what is it this time?
Okay, so he's like gonna kind of be a little puzzled, and he's like trying to figure out where to start with this. Okay, so essentially, um, I haven't really killed in a while, and I've been pretty good. I've kind of been hungry all day, but like, this Juan John with the sombrero came in. This guy that I used to duel,
I was
and he was
questioning my
always
hat.
talking all this shit. Da da da. I sped some shit back. He was like, "Let's just fucking duel then." I was like, "Okay, you know me. I like killing." Um, so we went outside to duel. I shot him right in his fucking eye. Then I took all his stuff, took his cigars, took his dynamite, cut him up, ate his flesh, whatever.
Wait, wait,
Um,
wait, wait, wait.
and then
You
so I was coming back from the what's the problem?
you did what with him?
I was hungry. And it's kind of craving human flesh, and I thought, what better way to fucking, make fun of him and take him away from his family than to eat his remains.
Rathan.
And I kind of ate everything, but I was pretty hungry. But I had that haggis earlier, and it wasn't really cooked that well. But this meat, like I set up a fire, and it cooked really well. Anyway, not the fucking point. Um, so I went back to my room. I tried to talk to the revolver, and all I got was muffled screaming.
Well, the screaming in your gun doesn't seem that bad considering mine just screeches with the sounds of the damned.
Normally, it fucking talks to me,
Well, that could be an issue, but the
and this
bigger
time it was
issue is that
muffled
you
screaming.
ate a
Listen, can
man,
we get past the flesh? I was hungry, craving flesh. I ate the flesh. It humiliated him. That's not what we're here for.
but the
Okay?
issue is
My
if
gun can't talk to me anymore.
but if I was to do something like that, people wouldn't be as worried. You are a
You're a dog.
human being.
We are like one and the same.
We are
Tyler,
not the same.
I want a perception check from you.
Oh boy, oh boy. That's a natural 20. Finally, I get a good roll tonight. Natural 20, so
See a
33.
dull neon glow deep in Rathan's eyes. Rathan, you just hear the problem is being solved in the back of your mind.
Uh,
And now your eyes
so,
are doing
so,
another funny thing.
Silverback, my brain just talked to me.
Oh,
I don't like it. Please make it go away.
what did it say?
The problem is being solved.
Well, that sounds like an upside, even though voices in the
think.
head do not sound good. I'm still concerned about the flesh thing.
We move on from the flesh, and you get back to solving the problem with my damn gun.
I am no magic practitioner or study of ancient relics or any of that. I wouldn't know how to fix your gun. I'm more concerned about you possibly waking up in the middle of the night and eating me or possibly Valrus.
I wish Val was here right now. He'd know exactly how the fuck to solve this.
I don't think he would.
Okay, should I try to talk to the voice in my head?
Sure.
Hey, voice in my head. It's me, Rathan.
Maybe try to
Um,
meditate on it in your room.
Rathan, you blink while looking at Silverback. You open your eyes. You see this silhouette of a man in pure black, sleek armor, like nothing that you've ever seen before. As it's kind of like a completely blank smooth helmet that connects to body armor akin to like Batman Arkham Knight,
Mhm.
wearing a trench coat, and the only thing that is not just an inky blackness is his neon green eyes staring at you.
Ah,
You
yes.
blink once more, gone.
And now you're doing funny things with your face.
Did you not see that
No,
at all?
all I see is your eyes have got a weird tint to them, which earlier they had things in them, and you're eating flesh is all that I can see.
Can we get past the flesh?
No, it is a
As
problem.
as you keep like arguing that the eating of the flesh was not problematic, you start noticing that's almost not about it being flesh. It's almost as if it's just about it being matter. Like not just matter, just like well, yeah, to a certain point, flesh, but it's almost not as though the important part is that it was human flesh,
Yeah.
but that it was flesh, that it was
It was
fresh as
living.
well.
It was living flesh, is what you're saying.
Listen, okay? I can stay on this for 1 minute. I was hungry and I ate him whole. Can we please get off of it?
It's gonna bug me, and it makes me want to put a bullet in your head more.
You just
Okay.
in
Well,
your like in your head, just your own excuse for this is just it's just fuel, man. Like, isn't that what all food is? It's just fuel, man.
I was hungry and I was tired and I needed to refuel from fighting. So I ate him. It's not that weird.
Oh God, he's. Ah.
Can we get back to the fucking man in the corner?
What man in the corner? There's no one else in the room.
Did you not just see the man in the corner?
It is only
Neon
been
eyes,
us.
wearing a trench coat.
You
with
have
fucking
neon
armor?
eyes.
Oh boy.
It is only the two of us in here. It hasn't changed. I would have noticed.
What should I do? Should I go to sleep? Should I try to talk to my god about this? He's the only one I can fucking think. You are absolutely no help right now.
I'm not an expert on these things.
Should
I
I
barely
try to
deal
talk
with
to the
the
gun
Eldritch.
again? And I pull out the gun. Hello, gun. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you please respond?
The Reaper's
Hello?
hand.
What was that?
The Reaper's hand.
Yeah, the Reaper's hands.
It is. It's still muffled screaming. However, you know screams of fear. You know screams
Yeah.
of fear. That's what you're hearing.
Oh boy. What does it mean when your gun that presumably was probably evil is scared?
There's something more powerful than it?
Oh boy.
Possibly, if it's evil, possibly something that is divine and good, or possibly
try
something
to-
more so evil.
So there's like no way I could hear, like even if I try to roll like some sort of perception or anything, I can hear what it's trying to say.
Make a charisma save.
Oh boy.
Is Rathan good in charisma? I have no idea.
No.
No, it's a 10.
You believe you catch a single sentence. Don't drown me.
So my revolver said, "Don't drown me," but we're not by any water.
We're next to an ocean.
Oh, I guess we are.
Dear God, Rathan.
I'm gonna pull out the Shadow Mastiff and be like, "Can you talk to me?" And he just kind of waits there, like,
After a second, it's just food is good fuel.
oh boy. I just heard in my head, food is good fuel. I don't really know what's happening. I'm a little
It sounds like your guns are having a bit of an argument.
I can't uh, yeah, yes. No.
Here's a plan. Here's a plan. Get a drink. Go to
Okay,
your room
I could do that.
and see if you can figure this problem out. And if it's not
Okay.
done by the morning, we will have another chat before we meet the halflings.
Okay.
We
Okay. I
won't
can do
mention
that.
the flesh around them, and
I
you
can
will
do
not
that.
eat any of them.
Okay. I could probably do that. Yeah, I could do that.
And if
Okay.
I find you
Okay.
trying to bite me or
Okay.
Valrus, I
Okay.
will not hesitate to remove your
I
head.
guess I'll take. I'll just grab the robot. I'll grab the robot. He'll put me on high alert. Okay. And I'll walk out of the room. I'll go to the bar and I'll get like a super fucking strong drink.
You
Um,
just grab the bottle of like the homemade stuff the
yeah, I'll
bartender.
grab it and I'll
Oh,
slam $200 down on the like bar.
all right.
Actually, I've got the free
Nah,
voucher, but
he gave that bottle to you
Yeah.
oh, that's
like
right.
on the house.
And I'm going to say this too. Like, as Rathan leaves, there's a moment where Silverback just closes the door and he just stands there for a second before kind of slamming his forehead into the door, just like, what the fuck just happened? And then he's just going to wander over to the bed and go to sleep.
So I'm gonna grab a Lauren, and are you gonna willingly come with me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, robot, I need you. Okay. And I'm just gonna we're just gonna go to the room. I'm gonna shut the door. I'm gonna like take the bed and push it up against the door and like prop it. And I'm just gonna look at Lauren and go, you stand middle of the room. If you see anything, please be on high alert. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay. Are you gonna actually speak to me? Have I ever heard you speak?
He said
Didn't I?
okay to you.
And I'm just gonna look at him like, holy shit, he talks. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna get past that. And then I'm just gonna kind of sit in the corner. I'm gonna pull both my guns out and almost like face him in and just like look at him. And I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna every now and again glance around the room and then look back at my guns. And I'm just gonna be like, hey guns, it's me, Rathan. I don't really know what I'm doing, but if you could talk to me or say something, that'd be awesome.
Looking at the Reaper's hand, it goes quiet. And with the Shadow Mastiff, you just feel this pure rush of dopamine, just happy chemical poured into your brain for no reason whatsoever.
Just think I'm supposed to be happy about that, but I don't really know.
Dopamine is the same chemical you get when you're scared too.
Yeah, I'm kind of a lot of brain chemicals. Hey, that voice in my head. You want to come back and talk to me?
It's just you are progressively feeling more and more high as you just kind of like intrinsically understand as you look at this gun that it is actively messing with your brain chemistry to just pump everything that would be produced if you like snorted something from Holiday, from Doc Holiday.
Um, normally I'd be feeling great right now, but I'm uh, uh
He's having a bad
I
trip.
all of a sudden, yeah, all of a sudden my reckless abandon is slightly going like out the window. I'm like,
He's been around Silverback for too long.
You need not worry.
normally taking those words, I wouldn't worry. But in this circumstance, I'm a little worried.
To build a wonderful weapon, you must first kill its flaws. And you watch as the barrel, as you actually watch as a black tendril comes from your chest and dismantles the Reaper's hand in front of you.
I'm gonna like set down the Shadow Mastiff and just take a big swig of the alcohol and just go, well, and then pick back up the Shadow Mastiff, just go, well, I'm in for it now, and I'm just gonna sit there and just watch whatever happens.
And you just watch as like this black tendril, like the one that always summons when you use the Shadow Mastiff, fully dismantles this magical pistol that probably shouldn't be able to be pulled apart by normal means. And you feel a snap in almost the universe itself. Because you are attuned to this weapon, you understand that whatever just happened killed the Reaper's hand.
Yeah.
You then watch as these tendrils pull the parts of this revolver into your chest, almost as if it was pushing something through pudding.
Rathan's made of pudding.
When checking the rest of your body, none of your weapons are hanging off of you, but instead, as soon as you think, where is this? It falls into your hand from somewhere you cannot see.
Oh my god, he has a packed weapon. God damn it.
You can remove the Reaper's hand as an attunement item. You still have the item itself, but it requires no more attunement.
Okay.
Every weapon that you own, specifically weapons, you can automatically have one in your hands at the start of any combat. Boost you with when it comes to quick drawing, you actually get an extra +5 as you do not need to pull any weapon from a holster anymore. It is just in your hand as soon as you want it. And when you
Hell
don't need
yeah.
any weapon, you
Rathan's
don't know
never gonna
where
miss a
they
shot
go,
again.
but no one else knows where they go either.
Okay.
Rathan literally never has to reload or draw a gun again. He has become the ultimate killing machine.
Yeah, all weapons with loading property don't have that anymore as well.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, let me write these down real quick.
Rathan the psychopath is the one who gets all the buffs, bro.
All right. Okay, so no more loading properties. All right, +5 to quick draw.
Yes.
All right. And then what was the other one?
Basically,
I can instantly start with any weapon
yeah,
at the start of my turn.
yeah, like, basically that's it, yeah. You find that as long as you want that weapon, it is in your hand, but when you don't want it, is when you don't need it, especially, it's nowhere to be found. Not on you, not in your
Okay.
coat, not around you.
Oh, that's so nice.
This is ridiculous. He's so powerful now.
Make an intelligence check.
All right.
You find out that all intelligence has left you.
Yeah, exactly right.
Brain, don't need
12.
it.
Everything you own, you have. Like, that's not the important part when this statement is made. But it's almost as if taking a long look at just who and what you are, you feel as though something is missing. Almost as if you yourself would have to consider that you are now less than human.
Okay. So I feel like I'm
Not as human as I like. Not really human.
Yeah, you feel as though, compared to yesterday, it would be difficult for you to confidently call yourself human.
okay. All right, cool. And then along with the do I still have I guess it's unattuned, so I don't have the negative properties of the Reaper's hand. Do I not have the positive properties as well?
Any positive properties that are not directly connected to spellcasting, you retain.
Okay.
So he lost his ability to cast like Finger of Death and stuff.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Just so I understand what the hell's going on as well.
Alright, so I lost spellcasting on the revolver, on the Reaper Sands. But I kept the positive benefits of the Reaper Sands?
Yes.
Okay. I don't even know if there was a positive one that wasn't spellcasting. Let me see.
I think it was
I'd have-
just your spell casting, to be completely honest. And I think it was something about like you could regain health from it or something.
yeah. While attuned, you can use cast False Life, which I can't do anymore. While attuned, you gain 1d6 health points back every turn if you have at least 1 health point. Do I still have that?
Yes.
All right, cool.
So
And then I don't.
you kept the good thing.
Yeah, and then I don't have the detrimentals anymore, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool. And then it's also lost. It's a so I can't cast Disintegrate, False Life, Finger of Death, or Vampiric Touch anymore.
Nope.
Okay, cool. All right. D6.
What a very interesting chain of events.
Yeah. Is there anything else that happened?
Other than the what's possibly psychological trauma from this thing that is that this weapon that was directly connected to your psyche, you feeling it fucking die. No.
Cool.
Man, this
All
place
right.
sucks. This place sucks. There's been so much wrong with just this place.
Sometimes it's not the location, man.
That's true. You got me there.
Yeah, I feel like this was definitely just supposed to happen.
You were supposed to meet Juan and eat him. You
Yeah,
just
do I
need.
still have that hunger for matter?
You do not feel very hungry, no.
Okay.
You feel pretty
Good.
good. Yeah, you had a good meal. You're not really doing anything with any kind of exertion. It's kind of chill,
Awesome.
kind of nice.
All right. And with that, I'm going to aptly crash onto I'm like sitting down. I'm literally just gonna like nothing else going on. Cool. Fall asleep.
Passes
You
out in the
drop
corner.
and you feel as you're, and you just because you now have this really weird, um, this really weird awareness of your own body now. So you know that because you're still feeling really weird, something changes within your brain chemistry and some stuff chemically link. And as you fall asleep, you feel yourself slipping into a hallucinogenic dream.
Okay.
Silverback.
Oh, here's now the fun begins.
Going to sleep is odd for you. Because instead of just falling asleep into the inky blackness of the
I feel like
hands of
there's an
Morpheus,
odd excitement with it because he knows what's to come.
you find yourself sitting in the woods. She's next to you. The two of you are speaking, but you don't know what either of you are talking about. It goes on like that for a while, just being able to enjoy nature, her company, everything like that. And then your mind begins to wander. Maybe back then when you were there with her, she asked how you knew about this place. Maybe you're just wondering about it now, but everything shifts as memories begin to not change, but take more focus. And you find yourself a very small child, happily enjoying a day in the same place with your mother, as happy as can be. And at least back then, there was no fear, there was no anger, no resentment of him. As the rest of you night, you enjoy playing in the woods with your mother and your father. And the morning comes.
So I think at first he would just kind of sit there for a while, just thinking over, because I feel like he would be able to vividly remember these dreams because of whatever she did. Would I be correct on that?
Yeah.
I think he would sit. He would just kind of lay there.
Vividly,
What were you gonna say?
enough. I wouldn't say vividly, but enough.
He could recap what memories he was experienced in
Yes.
the night. I think he would sit there and at first he would just be kind of laying there staring at the ceiling before kind of sitting up and like the same way he was sitting on the beach, like knees to the chest and just kind of thinking. He would just take in the memories again and just recap through them in his mind. And I think there would be a mixture of sorrow and rage that would start coming up at the thought of at first he was having the memory he wanted, but it switched to something else, and it was he's upset on the fact that his goal that he has put on his mind, and he's also angry that it is come back to him when he wanted to just remember her and nothing else, sort of thing. If that makes sense to you. And I think he would get up from that point and he would try to push all the memories out of his head, and he would head out to go find the halfling family to see if they're up yet.
Going up to the top floor, going outside to kind of where, kind of like a makeshift stables area. You see the halfling family is packing up their stuff onto their cart outside. The father looks over. It's like, ah, hey there, y'all. We're gonna be ready in about an hour or two, and then we'll be going up north.
All right, sounds like a plan. I wanted to check in before we made our way out.
Yeah, of course. Nah, y'all are fine. Just come up in about next hour. We'll have space for you.
All right. Well, we'll see you then.
All right.
He's gonna head. What does the landscape around us look like before I make any decisions here?
Up over the cliff at the top here, you actually see that it is a lot more of a plains kind of area. Up north is a lot closer to a desert. It's rocky, sandy, things of that nature. This is actually more like plains and even rolling hills further out from where you can see.
He was just kind of taking the view for a second before heading back inside to go collect the others and to make sure that we all get whatever substance we need for the morning and make sure that we all get back up there on time. God, I feel like the mother of like 5 kids.
Okay.
I
What
got,
is Ratman's morning like?
Well, he's gonna wake up, and the first thing he's probably gonna test is so he's gonna think about his Reaper's hand.
The Reaper's hand sits
And-
comfortably in your gun hand.
So he's gonna kind of move it around and just kind of like, okay. He's gonna try to talk to it. He's gonna wait a second. Presumably, he hears nothing.
Nothing.
All right, and then he's gonna think about the Shadow Mastiff in his left hand. And does it come as well?
Oh yeah.
So he could do both. Okay. And then he's gonna think about his dueling pistol, kind of like a third with the shadow on. Now, does that come?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna try to think of the next gun, his flashbang gun, in like a fourth shadow hand. Does that come?
You feel a strain within the very core of your body as you attempt to do this.
Okay. So that's like. So it's almost preventing me from getting a fourth one out.
it's almost like whatever you're missing, you don't have enough of whatever it is,
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna think about all of them going away, and they just disappear.
and they're gone.
All right.
And then there's
You
a knock at the
actually
door.
when you open your eyes, you get a glimpse of the Shadow Mastiff melting into your hand when this
Okay.
happens.
I'm just gonna, knowing Rathan, he kind of would test out how fast it come out. So you're gonna like try to think of it really fast, like think of all three guns, boom, and they're just there.
They come out as fast as your synapses can fire.
Okay. And you just gotta think them all away, and they're just gone. Okay.
The tin
He's
can's
just,
been watching this the whole time.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
guns
like
just come out of me.
Aloran fully sees as these weapons like are fully emerging from under his flesh into his hands and then receding back.
Nice. And he's just gonna be like, "Cool, all right," and he's gonna try to like, I don't know, see if there's any like the voices or anything. But I'm gonna kind of check my person to see if my other equipment and stuff like that is on me, like the rope of climbing and shit like
Oh yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's still on you and it's still
Okay,
in your jacket.
that's what I thought. Okay,
Then there's a knock on the door, and it's me.
I walk over to the door and
I don't even gotta ready my weapons. I can just think about it, and they're there. That's so dope. Rathan's gonna be like, just in case, I'm gonna have the thought ready. He's gonna open the door. He's gonna kind of see who it is, and he's gonna see it's Silverback, and then he's gonna open the door like fully.
We got an hour. So get anything you need, drinks, food, and then we got to meet with the family up top.
Okay.
You still having issues?
Nope. You wanna see something cool?
and he's just gonna pull out all three guns, just like blink of an eye, boom.
If it wasn't you, I would be concerned. But
And then he's gonna you ready? And it's just gonna gone, like almost like you know. It's just gonna
isn't
kind of wait for Silverback's reaction.
it is
So
impressive?
yeah, Silverback just watches as Rathan, just with this big grin on his face, like has these weapons like emerge from the palm of his hands into a like gunslinger's grip, and then just disappearing back from whence they came.
You're like, well, no more voices, so I guess I'm good.
Well, that is also an improvement.
So yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna go hit the bar.
You don't
I'll
have
be there in
craving
an
for
hour.
flesh, right?
I'm really hungry, so we'll see. I don't know. Some of that haggis might be good. Nah, I don't think so. I don't know. I'll tell you if I do.
Just gotta, we gotta keep this on the down low. If you do continue to have these cravings while we're going north,
Nah, it'll be fine.
let's hope so.
And then Rathan's gonna kind of like think, and it's like, because I almost felt like this, I felt like there was a strain, like I didn't have enough like resources, kind of, to produce
Yeah.
that fourth arm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's gonna kind of get an idea in his head, but he's gonna keep it to himself. He's gonna be like, huh. I don't know. He'll try it out later.
And
He's
I'm
just gonna
gonna,
walk to the bar.
yeah, I'd probably be ahead of him. And Silverback on
He's gonna
this
go.
morning is going to probably whatever breakfast there is, and he's actually probably also going to take a whiskey.
Um, yeah, Arathan's gonna go see if the haggis satisfies his like taste, like it didn't do yesterday.
You see, you're actually just not feeling hungry at all. You can still eat, but it's almost as though you just don't feel hungry, even though you spent the 8 hours sleeping.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
like, yeah, it's good food. It's fine.
I'm gonna take a bite. Okay, so it tastes fine to me. It doesn't kind of
Yeah,
like because like I know how it tasted yesterday and it kind of
yeah,
tasted off.
it's good food. Like
Good.
you don't really think that much of it because you're eating on. You don't feel like you have a full stomach. You just don't feel hungry even
Yeah.
before you started eating this.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna go back to starting just drinking.
So Rex just gonna get what's similar to what he's been getting, and then a whiskey for the morning.
All right. After that, it's just getting in the back of the halfling family's cart,
Yes.
and about a week's worth of travel up north, you guys find yourselves passing old rundown towns of, well, old and rundown and ghost towns, and just kind of emptiness for a while. And then you guys finally, after like a week, you guys finally hit your stop. As the father of the family looks over and just, hey, well, this is your stop, folks. We're gonna have to keep going north.
It was a pleasure, and I'm going to. Did I pay them initially?
No.
No. I am going to pull out from my bag. I'm going to give them $500.
No, 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 no. We can't accept this.
I insist. I'm good for the money.
Well, thank you very much.
Plus, it's the least I can do for you all allowing us to travel with you.
All right. You'll stay safe out there.
Yes, you as well. And I'm just gonna kind of watch them as they kind of go off before heading to the I can't think of the name all of a sudden. Fuck.
You guys are at Dirtbags Hollow.
Yes, I'm the bar.
Oh, the Arabella.
Yes, that one. I was like, I know it starts with an A. What is the word? Yes, I want to go to the Arabellum, which Valorous would be with us, and he'd still be holding some of the train parts as well.
Yeah.
So, I want to go there, and I want to see Morningstar.
All right. You go in. You see Morningstar is he's playing some dice game with some people in the gambling hall.
I'm gonna head in and not like being super flashy, but like come into the door and do like almost like a gesture, like we're back and we're alive. Not like saying anything, but kind of like moving my arms in a way, being like, "Here I am. I survived. We have the parts." And then I'm gonna head over to him. And just be like, "Did anything come in while we were off?"
See the bartender just like when you pass him, he hands you a free drink rather than two. Morningstar just looks over at you. It's like, I'm sorry, bud. Nothing's come in. You know how it is.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything, but there was a hope.
Of course, of course. You got the gear. Hey, I'll send some boys to put it up on your train so y'all can do what you gotta do. Why don't you hang out here and wait for it?
That sounds good to me. It's been a journey.
Oh yeah.
That underwater city was a bit more than what I was expecting.
Of course. I mean, foot place bottom of the ocean. I mean, that's kind of sketchy on its own. So
You've ever almost been death rolled by a 40-foot long crocodile?
I have been death rolled on many occasions. Yes.
Oh, then you would know exactly what we all went through down there.
I mean, yeah, like I've died by that a couple of times. It's normal. And crocodiles are kind of fucking scary.
I will never go near swamps again.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, Rathan, why do you smell weird?
Would I have noticed the smell, or would I have just been around him so much that I wouldn't have noticed?
Whatever Morningstar is talking about, you did not clock it at all.
Oh, you're muted, Rathan.
Sorry. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is this something familiar? You know?
I mean, I haven't noticed anything. There is. I can't do this, and he just snaps all the guns in place, and then he just snaps them
Morningstar
back.
just sits there looking at Rathan for like a really solid amount of time.
But that's not nothing different. I guess it did just happen last night, and the voices stopped talking
It
to
happened
me.
a week
I
ago.
guess I
Happened a week
was
ago.
eating. Oh, a week ago.
He just very slowly nods his head as he looks at you. Huh.
And there was that point that I was eating flesh, but I guess it was just because I was hungry. Last I ate bone, but I really was just craving it. You sometimes you just get that.
I'm still concerned about this.
That is fine.
That is very interesting. I mean, that is very interesting. Yeah. I think I know what's happening.
What's that?
The problem is if I tried to explain it all to you, certain someone would be really pissed at me for doing it. So what I
Good.
will
More
tell
things
you,
that don't want their names to be out. I'm getting
no,
tired.
it's not that. It's not the whole names being out thing. It's just they hate when someone else fucking brags about their tricks. No, fuck. I mean, how long's it been since I've seen Shadow? Fuck. All right. So, how do I explain this? A long time ago, a guy found some weird shit in a lab. Now, whatever it was not from the planet. It was not from his planet. But it was just some weird stuff. It wasn't alive or anything. So he fucked around with it. That guy died. He died, and the thing that replaced him did a lot of things very similar to what you just did.
Huh. So he died?
Yeah, you see, a lot of people thought that whatever that thing was bonded to that guy or something that became a piece of him. But no, it ate him. It ate him and used everything it got from him to become a better weapon.
That's
Good.
interesting.
So Rathan's dead, and we have something else traveling with us. Great.
I'm still here.
That could be a possibility of something that the thing would say in order to keep the rest of us at peace.
Listen, you stupid dog. No, just nope.
Just-
Definitely Rathan.
Just a light growl. Partial snarl.
Listen, you dog cow. All right, I'm me. I'm still me. Still as quick as the day that I was born. All right, I'm fine.
I'll turn back to Morningstar and say, I have a question about the gun you gave me.
Yep. What's
I've
up?
been getting a feeling, an odd, I guess spiritual might be the only word to think of, where I don't know what will happen when I die. There is no path.
I mean, I would probably feel the same way if I still had a soul and we're carrying around a weapon that eats at my soul, so I don't know.
Hmm. I'm having thoughts of discarding it, but I'm not sure yet.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's just it's just you could get rid of it if you wanted to. I wouldn't. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, how do I say this? At a certain point, power becomes an addiction.
Yes, I know this.
It's just, well, sometimes we make choices and we don't know what'll happen in the end. But that's just the way the world works. We do what we do, and if it's if the world pushes us in a way we didn't think we'd go, we go with it and we see where it takes us.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know what'll happen if you toss the gun. I know it didn't do anything to me, but that's because I lost my soul a long time ago. So, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't.
Gotcha. Well, I'll keep that in mind then. But I'm just gonna pause for a second and turn and just. I need to get back east. Like he'll say this to himself, but kind of loud enough that everyone can hear. Just I need to go back east. Just kind of walk out of the room and head down to the bar area. I don't know what everyone else is doing. I'm opening the floor for everyone else, so it's not just me.
Yeah, I just um I mean, Wrath is a little concerned after the thing he said to me earlier, but I don't know, more or less like I don't know, more intrigued. I'll probably talk to him later.
Alright.
Unless they're just done talking, then I'm going to be like,
Oh,
so
I
tell me
left the
more.
room. I left the room,
Oh,
so like
okay.
you're free reign now.
Well, then, yeah, I'll ask him, like, pretty much what I should do about this situation.
Well, if it's what I think it is, all you can do is fight until. Yeah, all you really can do is fight to keep being you as long as you can. And I mean, at a certain point, when you start being that good at fighting, when you start being that dangerous, there's no real, there's no other real way to get taken out, is there?
Yeah, guess you're right about that.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Just kind of goes back to he just is like, well, all right then. Just walks out of the room. What are
Actually,
we?
now that I am thinking about it, I do want to go somewhere out of the bar. I want to go to the witch doctor, whatever she is.
I have to draw some cards.
The really creepy lady that I'm not a fan of, but she's given me a lot of good stuff, so.
The building where you usually find the witch doctor
Is it gone? Please don't tell me it's gone.
has been burnt to the ground.
Yikes.
Shit, we were gone for like, what was it, 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Fuck. I'm gonna try to make my way into the rubble.
Going through the rubble, other than all the destruction and the remains of burnt out and destroyed items and things of that nature, you don't find much. You don't find bodies, you don't find any intact artifacts. It's just a burnt down store.
Well, this is mildly disappointing. Huh. Wonder where she would have gone. I know she wouldn't have died from a stupid fire. It's possible she would have been the one to cause this. The question. Guess I'll have to hold on to it for now. I'm just gonna kind of slowly wander out of the thing, kind of continuously glancing around to be like, kind of half expecting her to just pop up.
As you're kind of glancing around, you see like a passerby just stops like, "Hey, what are you doing there?"
I was just looking. I knew the person who owned the building, but I don't know what happened.
You don't? I mean, it was like 2 days ago.
I just got in town today.
Oh. The O'Malligans had a disagreement with the lady in there, so they blew the place up.
Figures. It was bound to happen at some point. Thanks for the information.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows about it. I don't know how you missed it.
I've been in town for maybe an hour.
Huh. Alright.
And I'm going to head over, actually now, I'm going to head over to Buff Bros. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to do it. I don't know if Rathan wanted to do anything, so I'll let him have some time if he would like.
You're going to the Buff Bros by yourself?
No, I'll probably go to Buff Bros with him.
He'll probably intersect me on the way.
Alright. When the two of you enter the Buff Bros, you walk in and see a very scrawny dude behind the cashier desk.
And now I am confused and concerned.
Oh, hi. My brothers are doing their games or whatever right now. Hi. I'm the third buff bro.
I didn't realize that it was a third.
Yeah, they don't like to talk about me a lot. They they like to make fun of me for my cardio stuff. So, yeah.
I respect what you do.
I mean, yeah, it's like you gotta focus on cardio sometimes. I mean, like you gotta keep your heart nice and healthy, right? Like,
Yes.
yeah.
I was wondering if there was any new stock, any protective things you may have gotten, possibly something to protect against. I don't know. Being found by magical means.
We have a pretty sparse stock today. I'll see what we have. I don't know if it'll cover that, but maybe you'll be interested in something else.
It seems to be the trend every time we've come. I seem to get something that I didn't think I would get.
Yeah, so my brothers haven't gone through the stock yet, so they haven't resold what we have to other distributors yet, which means we have some pretty rare stuff nowadays. Um, uh, it's always sad when I look at all this stuff and I notice like the my brothers are gonna try to toss all of this out, basically. Um, let's see here. Oh, yeah, they want to keep that. So at least there's that. We have a few musical instruments. We got like three. We got a lyre, a cittern. We even have a harp. If you're interested in that.
I only really play the viol if I ever play anything.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, so we have this weird amulet. So I don't know what it does. Someone was talking about portals, planes. I think it's something to do with travel. I don't know. Oh, we got this. We got a shield, magically enchanted to catch arrows a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
We got a staff here, made to hit things better.
All right.
We got a pearl of power. Pearls of power are pretty nice. They're not that crazy, but they work pretty well.
I don't
Just
think
an
any of
extra.
us are really spellcasters.
Oh, okay, okay. We got this staff here. Now this staff, unlike the first staff, it summons swarms of insects.
I'm gonna look at the other two to see how they react to that. Because I'm almost curious about it. How do you two react on that? I'm going to take the silence as they don't. I might be interested in that one, but let's see what else before we start picking things out.
We have a ring that lets you talk to animals and a few other things, but mostly talking to animals.
That one is
We have
another one I'd possibly be interested in.
we have a rope of entanglement if you're interested in that.
That could be useful.
Yeah, then we got what seems to be called a bead of force. I don't really know what this does, but seems to be pretty dangerous. So there's that. Then we got this ball of iron bands. I don't know what this does, but I guess it's supposed to be something crazy when you throw it at somebody. Yeah, no. Like these things can actually be pretty rare, but my brother's like, you can't really work out with these things, so my brothers would just sell them to larger suppliers. It's kind of sad because I
How
mean,
much for the ring, the staff, those beads of force, and that ball seems entertaining as well.
well, these are pretty rare items. I haven't seen these very much, so I'll
Would you?
have to say about 400,000
All
for all
right.
of them.
I've spent plenty of money recently, but I can afford another 400,000. Sure.
Okay, all right, that's great. You know what? Enjoy. So, you just purchased a ring of animal influence,
Yes, that's what I thought that was.
a staff of swarming insects,
Staff of swarming insects, you say? Shit, fuck. Sorry.
a bead of force.
Is it a singular bead of force?
Yes,
Okay. Do bead of forces have? Is it just the one-time use and then it's consumed forever? I'm trying to remember. That's also why I was asking. I think does it reset?
yeah, it's a one-time use,
Yeah. Okay.
and iron bands of Bilaro.
Iron bands of Billaro. Oh. This is, or is it Iron Bands of Iron Bands of Binding?
No.
I don't have that on this list. I don't know what source book that's from.
D yeah, DM's handbook.
I don't own that one. That's the one I don't, which is stupid considering I DM. I'll buy it soon. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna put a note for it because I'm actually super sad. So Iron. Okay, you piece of shit. You're gonna fight me now. Iron Band of Bilwaro.
That is so weird to not have the most important book for a DM.
I've been meaning to buy it. It's just I was waiting for a sale or something. But cool. I now have all of these neat items.
And as the third buff bro begins like while ringing up your magic items, talking about the importance of cardio, we end this session.
Yay! I can speak to animals now. Woo, that was good shit. We didn't fight anything again, but well, Rathan technically had a fight. I'm not complaining about no fighting though. To be
Yeah,
completely
you weren't
honest.
fighting nothing. I was fighting for my fucking life.
Actually, I was fighting demons, but we don't talk about that.
I was fighting for my fucking life the whole time, dude. Why is it always me?
You are the one who's the most incident prone out of all of us. I seem to be the
honestly
one
kinda-
with the worst luck. That seems to be the trend here.
I kind of like it, but I'm like, damn, dude, I'm fighting for my fucking life. First, that alien bitch shows up, about gives me a heart attack. Now I'm like turned into some goop.
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
great, I'm losing my humanity.
Oh my god, you have venom in you. You're
Yeah,
literally
honestly,
turning
I
into
really
venom.
do.
Oh my, a gunslinging venom. That's what's going on.
Dude, that's literally what it is. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So, if you are interested in more of these sessions, dear viewers, we do a bi-weekly schedule with Tyler's Scale of Fate campaigns on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Actually, we're changing
and
those. It's now becoming Mondays and Thursdays as of right this moment.
Mondays and Thursdays. And for these campaigns, Thursdays, as well as a Vampire the Masquerade campaign at 7 on Saturdays, the same weeks of these Wild West campaigns.
Yes. If you would like to catch later episodes, follow the Twitch, put on those notifications, join the Discord so you can talk to us, possibly take part in one-shots, things of that nature. And as well, you can also do the Twitter account, which I try to post on as often as possible. Sometimes I will make a mistake, so it's not the most reliable, but I have been pretty good about it. And if you want to see previous episodes, it's all on the YouTube. We have it nicely organized in a beautiful playlist for you guys to enjoy. Is there anything else anyone would like to add as closing remarks?
Have a nice day, and always remember, questions have power.
Yes. So, we hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.